In the recent past, the Cybertruck emerged from the shadows of speculation and skepticism, being proclaimed a revolutionary vehicle that was set to redefine the automotive landscape. Its angular stainless steel body and electric power captured the imagination of both tech enthusiasts and car lovers. Elon Musk, the enigmatic figure behind Tesla, painted vivid pictures of a future where cars were not just means of transportation, but symbols of innovation and sustainability. However, as the Cybertruck rolled off the assembly lines and hit the roads worldwide, a storm was brewing that would soon transform the narrative from celebration to crisis. The first cracks in the seemingly flawless exterior of the Cybertruck appeared in the United States, where excitement quickly turned to concern. Tesla, in its relentless pursuit of efficiency and cost-effectiveness, chose glue instead of bolts to attach the stainless steel trim panels to the Cybertruck. Initially, this decision seemed harmless, a simple detail in the overall manufacturing process. However, when thousands of vehicles hit the roads, it became painfully obvious that this choice had serious consequences. Reports began to emerge that the trim panels were detaching at high speeds, turning into deadly projectiles that posed a serious threat to both drivers and pedestrians. Tesla's initial response was full of denial and evasion. Musk, always the showman, downplayed the seriousness of the situation, insisting that the Cybertruck was designed for a new era of driving. However, as the number of recalls grew, nearly 7,000 vehicles in a few months, the narrative shifted dramatically. The very symbol of the future was now seen as a harbinger of danger. Safety advocates and consumer protection agencies unanimously raised their voices, questioning Tesla's commitment to safety at the expense of streamlined production. The backlash was swift and ruthless, and the streets that once buzzed with the sound of the Cybertruck's electric engine were now filled with skepticism. As the crisis unfolded on American soil, the reputation of the Cybertruck faced new challenges abroad. In the UK, the Cybertruck was confiscated by Greater Manchester Police, highlighting another level of regulatory failure. The vehicle's sharp, angular design did not meet the strict pedestrian safety requirements in the country. UK law mandated that car edges be rounded to reduce injury risks, which the Cybertruck clearly ignored. The vehicle's enormous size, combined with its rigid lines, made it incompatible with British roads, which were designed with different expectations in mind. What was once considered a futuristic marvel has now become a symbol of regulatory defiance. On the other side of the Irish Sea, the Cybertruck faced a similar fate. The narrow, winding streets of Ireland proved to be a significant challenge for the bulky vehicle. Maneuvering the Cybertruck on these roads was akin to trying to fit a truck container into a bike lane, an absurdity that left local drivers bewildered. Moreover, the weight of the Cybertruck teetered on the edge of legal limits for standard driver's licenses, raising serious questions about safety and accessibility. A vehicle once celebrated for its innovations was now seen as a burdensome liability on the roads. In Australia, the reaction took a different form. Authorities expressed concern over the rigid structure of the Cybertruck, which could not absorb impact energy during accidents. Instead of protecting passengers and pedestrians, the vehicle transferred all the force of the collision back to whatever it crashed into, which is a particularly dangerous scenario in a country known for its diverse wildlife. The Australian market, with its unique driving conditions and regulations, posed yet another obstacle for Tesla. Left-hand drive models faced the requirements for right-hand drive, creating a logistical nightmare that further complicated Cybertruck's international ambitions. Meanwhile, in China, the presence of the Cybertruck was virtually non-existent, not due to an outright ban, but rather because of its design's incompatibility with strict pedestrian safety regulations. The sharp, aggressive lines of the vehicle starkly contrasted with the country's commitment to protecting its citizens on the roads. What was once envisioned as a global phenomenon has now been sidelined, becoming a cautionary tale of the clash between ambition and practicality. As the reputation of the Cybertruck crumbled, so did Elon Musk's public image. Once a celebrated technological visionary, Musk found himself at the center of a scandal after a flashy appearance at the 2025 CPAC conference. With a chainsaw in hand, he intended to highlight the inefficiency of the federal government, which was supposed to galvanize support, but instead turned into a monumental failure. The public, already wary of his increasingly divisive political stance, responded with mockery and disdain. Musk's attempts to position himself as a champion of innovation were overshadowed by accusations of recklessness, and his support among Democrats and independent voters dwindled. The consequences of Musk's antics have affected Tesla's sales. Sales in the U.S. have sharply declined, and the company has faced increasing pressure from competitors who have seized the opportunity to capitalize on Tesla's mistakes. New scandals erupted when Musk made unfounded claims about the safety features of the Cybertruck, further fueling public attention. Consumers began to express their growing distrust, often citing their dislike for Musk himself rather than the car's features. In Europe, the critical point for Tesla came amid a perfect storm of accusations and unrest. Allegations of unfair labor practices led to mass strikes that paralyzed operations and revealed cracks in the once untouchable facade of the company. Investors began to exit, unwilling to stake their fortunes on a company that seemed to be descending into chaos. The Cybertruck, once seen as a beacon of hope for the future of transportation, became a symbol of a larger crisis. A crisis that questioned the very foundation of innovation and accountability. As the narrative about the Cybertruck developed, it became clear that the tumultuous journey of the vehicle reflects a critical moment for the entire automotive industry. The intersection of technology, regulation, and public perception raised important questions about the future of innovation in a complex global context. Could Tesla recover from this crisis, or was it the beginning of the end for the Cybertruck as a symbol of the future? The problems faced by the Cybertruck were not only technical but also deeply intertwined with public expectations and regulatory frameworks. As the world became increasingly wary of ambitious dreams that contradicted practical realities, the question became more pressing. Can Musk's visions align with the realities of a world that demands safety, accountability, and transparency? In the following months, Tesla began a tumultuous journey of recovery. The company faced the challenging task of addressing safety issues related to the Cybertruck while simultaneously working to restore its tarnished reputation. Engineers were dispatched to resolve adhesive problems, reinforcing the trim panels with bolts and prioritizing safety over production speed. The recall process turned out to be a logistical nightmare, with customers expressing dissatisfaction and uncertainty about the future of their vehicles. The Tesla marketing team, previously focused on the appeal of the futuristic design of the Cybertruck, has changed course and begun to emphasize the company's commitment to safety and responsibility. Campaigns have been launched to reassure consumers that Tesla is taking the necessary steps to address issues and that the Cybertruck will be more reliable and safe than ever. The narrative has shifted from reckless ambition to a story of resilience and determination. Nevertheless, the path to recovery was fraught with difficulties. While Tesla was trying to regain consumer trust, competitors seized the opportunity to position themselves as safer and more reliable alternatives. Traditional automakers, long considered to be lagging in the electric vehicle race, began to introduce their own electric trucks, capitalizing on Tesla's mistakes. The market was becoming increasingly saturated, and Tesla found itself fighting not only for sales, but also for its identity as a leader in automotive innovation. As the story of the Cybertruck developed, it became clear that this vehicle was more than just a car. It reflected broader societal concerns about technology, safety, and the future. The backlash against the Cybertruck raised important questions about the role of innovation in a world that demands accountability and transparency. Can a vehicle designed for the future coexist with the reality of a society that prioritizes safety and regulation? In this complex landscape, Musk's leadership has been called into question. Once a celebrated visionary, he faced increasing pressure to weather the storm and restore faith in Tesla's mission. Public perception of him shifted dramatically, and he was no longer seen as an infallible genius, but rather as an imperfect leader grappling with the consequences of his ambition. The stakes were high, and the road ahead was uncertain. As the Cybertruck continued to face challenges both at home and abroad, the narrative of its tumultuous journey served as a warning for the automotive industry. The clash of innovation and regulation, ambition and accountability painted a vivid picture of a world grappling with the complexities of progress. The Cybertruck, once a symbol of hope, became a mirror reflecting the anxieties of a society cautiously approaching the future. Ultimately, the story of the Cybertruck was not just about a vehicle, but about the broader implications of technological progress in a constantly changing world. The challenges faced by Tesla and its flagship model highlighted the importance of aligning visionary dreams with practical realities. As the dust settled and the narrative continued to unfold, one thing remained clear. The path to the future was fraught with difficulties, and the road to innovation required a delicate balance between ambition and responsibility.